Mayor, Council, like the city manager said, we executed a search warrant on February 7th at 67 Franklin Street, the Auburn Smoke Shop. We've had numerous complaints from citizens, businesses in the area regarding the traffic going in and out of there and the possible sale of illegal substances. So I'm just going to run down a couple of the things that we were able to obtain during our search warrant. We took out over 13,500 untaxed cigarettes, and that issue becomes a problem because everybody else is paying taxes in the city on the products that they have to purchase and sell. This has become an issue under the New York State tax law. Over 4,000 flavored nicotine vapor cigarettes, or cartridges, I'm sorry. This is illegal. It's illegal to have flavored vapes. Just this week, Syracuse ran an article where 3 people from Vernon Verona Sherrill High School were taken ill doing these vapes, one of them hospitalized, and on February 1st, 5 people from Clinton High School had to be hospitalized because of this vape type material. So we took over 4,000 of those out of that store. 45 containers of an e-liquid flavored nicotine, 97 jars of high concentration THC, marijuana concentrate, 448 high concentrate THC vapor cigarettes, 23 boxes of brand pre-rolled marijuana cigars, 92 individual packed of marijuana, numerous THC edibles of all different sorts, and 122 hemp CBD flower carts. So that's over 18,000 items that we took out of there that were illegal through New York State on this one alone. So we got some of that product off the street, and we are following through with charges will be happening. We are working with New York State Taxation and Finance with the cigarette charges, and we have some other charges that will be pending. So, any questions on this? Yes.
So as of now, no one's been arrested?
Correct. We are working to get all the charges because some of them fall under the public health law, some of them fall under the New York State taxation. And with that being said, their license can be revoked to sell in the future. So that's why we're taking our time to process this, to make sure we do it right and get everybody involved that we need to.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. Chief Slayton, thank you for the update. Thank you for the effort by all the officers involved. I don't like to usually address this stuff, but I'm going to in this case. There were some, like I like to refer to them as keyboard jockeys, criticizing the work of the Auburn Police Department and why would you waste time and effort and resources in something like this. And somebody from your department put together a response. I'm assuming that was you?
Correct.
I'd like to thank you for that as well. I think it was important to counter the ridiculousness of those comments. As you just mentioned, some of this stuff is dangerous. There were incidents in local schools of young children, teenagers being affected by this. Not to mention, these people were breaking the law. So well done, both in your response to Franklin Street and the subsequent comments. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor.
You know, Chief, to a point, it almost seems like it'll be frustrating. You spend all this back time preparing for all this, and then you have your raid or whatever you call it, and then it's prolonged because you want to cross the T's and dot the I's, which we want you to do that, but it just seems like it's kind of frustrating. It takes so long to build up and take care of. So, thank you.
It does, and because of discovery laws, we only have 20 days to get out what we do once we make an arrest. So working with New York State Taxation and Finance, we don't know as they will get back to us in time to do that. So we wanted to make sure we did it right and working with the DA's office to have the appropriate charges.
You don't want to walk away with mud on your shoes. Fair enough.
Chief, you've also had some other recent incidents at that location.
Yes. So one thing that we wanted to bring forward to the nuisance board is the fact that we've had other incidents that happened there. As the city manager stated, we've had 2 armed robberies, one with a loaded handgun. The other issue that bothers me, like Counselor Giantino said, that's a thoroughfare for kids walking to and from school in that area. And those incidents that took place were taking place during the daytime hours. It was not nighttime. It's 1 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So it creates a great risk for the public. So with that on top of everything else that they were doing, we want to make sure we got in there and managed it, but did it the right way.
Thanks, Chief. And we have received complaints about that establishment from neighboring businesses, neighbors in that vicinity. And on Wednesday, we will be starting to work through our nuisance abatement committee this particular address.
Correct. And this assisted us, and I've had other calls on other shops already because of this. So it did get out in the public, and that was a priority of mine, to make sure the public knew what we were doing and why we were doing it. And I did get beat up a little bit in social media, but that's why I responded. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.